that kind of life?
No.
I mean, do you like intimidating people? Because if you do,
I just can't walk away from it, May. It's not that easy.
It is easy. You just take your belt off and you start living by your word, and you'll have more respect than you ever even dreamed of. Oh, God, and we can have our life together, Cody, just like we always wanted. Come on. Take off that gun and come back to the farm with me, please. Show Buck what kind of man you are. Oh, God, Papa and Buck.
Say when, Ernie.
Hey, cowboy, what the hell are you doing in Oakie's stall?
Bo Buchanan? I don't believe it. I heard you'd flown in from Europe or somewhere. But welcome back, partner. It's been a long, long time. Don't you remember me? I'm George Vasquez.
Oh, George. Hey, how the hell you been, buddy, huh?
Well, not as fast as the champion cowpuncher I used to be.
Yeah, didn't I take that title away from you?
Yeah, I figured you'd remember that. Hey, you still got that big silver belt buckle?
Yeah, I got that in the trunk someplace.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, George, listen, I'm sorry about yelling at you.
No hard feelings. Everybody's pretty tense around here since Clint disappeared on us.
Mm-hmm. You know, Asa never told me that you were working this ranch.
Hired on just after Clint and the family moved back.
How long you been in Arizona?
Oh, I drifted out this way when I left Texas. Found a real home for a lot of years at the Double Arrow Ranch, and when it got sold to an oil company, I drifted some more. Ended up here. Kind of full circle, eh?
Yeah, it kind of seems that way.
It's a real shame about you, brother. Been out scouting for him myself.
On Okie?
Oh, no, I heard some talk of some strange pills being found at Okie's feed, just checking to make sure no more of them showed up.
Did you, find anything?
Nope.
Hey, George, what? You ought to spend some of your wages on a warm coat.
Uh-huh. What the hell are you doing out here this time of night?
I was about to take Okie out and look for my brother.
Don't you think you ought to wait till morning?
Nope.
I'll tell you. You know, you never did have much patience when we were growing up.
Still don't.
Yeah. Well, good luck.
Hey there, old buddy. Hey. You remember me? Come on. Let's go on out in the desert and have ourselves a look around, huh?
He's right. You sodbusters, clear out. Or the Undertaker will carry you out.
We came here to elect a mayor.
You came here for trouble, Monroe. You don't want a free election. So, fellows, we'll count the votes ourselves.
Your gunslingers are not going to railroad you into office, Buck. Now, we have got a say in how this town is run. And we're not going to stand for your cheating ways. Not ever again.
That's right. It's the second time you called me a cheater. This is your last time, Monroe.
Okay. You want to take him out, you're going to have to go through me to do it.
That's mighty big talk for a stranger, considering you got no stake in this here fight.
Well, I've got a stake. And I'm telling you and your boys to get.
We got a code, Blaze. You never point a gun at a man unless you aim to pull that trigger.
I am willing to do that, Buck, if you don't march out of here right now.
Oh, Blaze, what is our nation?
I'm sick of having a saloon fight, and I'm sick of having a rigged election. Now, these farmers came to make peace, and if you can't deal with that, you go make trouble in some other county. We'd all be better off without you and your kind.
We'll have our election another day. And Cody, you coming with us or not?
Who was it who said that ballots are better than bullets?
I said it. And I still believe it.
Well, you're plumb local, mister. I'll tell you one thing. You could hold 1,000,000 dang elections, and Buck Buchanan would still come up on top every time.
No, Slim. Not after tonight. We may not have elected a mayor, but we sure won our first fight.
Not one of us backed down. We took them all on and showed them we're as tough as they are.
I don't think Buck will be trying to intimidate you again now that he knows that you mean business.
And that's thanks in no small part to Miss Blaze. Yeah. We sure are grateful to you, ma'am, for sticking up for us.
Well, didn't have a choice. Clear, Buck's wrong.
Well, you sure taught him a lesson tonight.
Well, I'm afraid Buck doesn't learn his lessons too easily, especially when he's been shamed into them. And I did that. I shamed him in front of all of you. Maybe caused you more trouble than you can handle. So, won't you all go home now and keep your shotguns by your bedsides?
Clint, you think we're claiming victory too soon?
No. But I don't think the trouble's all over yet either, not by a long shot.
All right, folks, we're gonna call it a night now. Now, y'all go back home to your own farms. Just make sure you keep a good eye out for Buck and his men.
Good night, Mr. Mayor.
See you, Mr. Mayor.
Wait, you stood right up to Buck without even a gun.
Well, so did your daddy. So did your daddy.
Well, I'm real proud of both of you.
You may not be so proud of me when I'm through with you, young man. Now, you know better than to disobey my orders.
I already got fussed at by the mayor.
You go hitch your pony up to the buckboard.
But I wanted to go home with Clint. Could I, Clint? Please? Clint?
Buddy, why don't you ride home with your pa and your sister? I'll see you back at the farm. Monroe, you be careful, you hear?
All right. Come on, boy.
When do you think we ought to have another election then, Buck?
There's no point to it, Laredo. The sodbusters will push their way in and take the vote away from us again.
I ain't living in no town what's run by Monroe, McGillis, and a bunch of damn sodbusters.
Yeah, me neither. I ain't either.
No need to deal. See, McGillis is leaving town in his buckboard and a pine box. I don't care which. And so is that stranger. And I want it done. And I want it done no longer than tomorrow. Here?
We'll take care of it, boss. Let's go. We'll burn him out. Let's go.
Hello, Asa.
Steve, I'm surprised to see you here at this hour.
He was at the sheriff's station.
Somebody spotted Clint?
No, sir, they didn't. The sheriff's running a computer check on all the people who have the asthma medication that we found in Oakie's feed bucket, but so far he's come up with nobody within 80 miles of here that uses that drug.
Every time I think of somebody putting a pill in Oakie's feed, I tell you, my blood boils. I mean, if he's got a grudge against Clint, go man to man. But how low down can you be to drug a horse so my son will fall off?
I don't understand who could hold a grudge against Clint. I didn't think he had an enemy in the world.
Well, he's got one, honey, and he's out there.
It's so cruel. Who would do it? You know, I'd almost rather he'd run off with another woman than I'd know at least that he was safe and happy.
Oh, Vicky, Clint wouldn't look at another gal to save his life. But there is a low-down coyote out there. I'm gonna find him.
Vicky.
Whoa, did you spot anything?
Yeah, something real interesting happened out there in the desert. Okie led me to this gully. I tried to get him to push on, and he got spooked. He wanted to turn back, so I got down. I tried to lead him across. He just wouldn't go any further. He reared up.
You think maybe something happened to Clint at the gully?
Yeah, Pa, I do.
Did you see anything? Any evidence that Clint had been there?
You can't see much out there except cactus and desert sand, but believe me, Okie was trying to tell me something. That something has to do with Clint.
Oh, God. Thank heavens. I knew our luck was going to change when you showed up. Thank you.
First light of dawn, I'm gonna ride with my son.
Oh, Asa, no, you...
Oh, Vicky, my heart's all right. It's fine. It's full of hope now.
I have always held the belief that one man hitting another man did not help solve anyone's problems.
Well, you've always given me a good licking.
Well, that's different, Bud. I'm your father, and you are obliged to obey me, and when you don't, you will be punished. You could have got hurt in there tonight, buddy. Or even worse. That's why I wanted you to stay home. You understand?
Yes, sir. Pa?
What?
You looked like you were feeling pretty good licking those ranchers tonight.
Well, I'm ashamed to admit it, but it did feel pretty good. Last we finally made a stand, anyhow. But it was severe provocation that led us to fighting, though. I still don't go along with violence as a way of settling differences.
Yeah, I'm with you, Papa. I think if you have a choice between a gun and your fists, you use your fists.
Well, have you told Cody that?
100,000 times.
Then why doesn't he hang up his guns?
'Cause he's a stubborn mulehead, buddy, and he's more beholden to that buck than he ought to be. That's why.
I'm real sorry about that, May. I was kind of hoping that Cody would come around our way of thinking tonight. But I know it tore at your heart to see him walk off with Buck.
Oh, I don't care, Papa. I just hope I don't ever have to see his face again.
Now, May, honey, I know you're hurt. I also know you don't mean that.
I do. I really do. We're all finished. And I'm gonna be fine about it. Let me go get you another one of these old rags.
Did you see how Clint stood up to those ranchers tonight?
Yeah.
I bet you he could have beaten them all just by himself.
Well, I bet you.
He stood taller than any man in that saloon. Except for Pa, of course. He's got some powerful courage.
Yeah, I guess he ought to be coming back about now, don't you think, Bob?
I think he stayed behind to talk to that lady that showed up there at the saloon. He was talking to her earlier. I figure he'd be along soon enough.
Yeah, well, I hope he doesn't get himself into any more trouble.
One hat, but no parasol.
Do the people in this town habitually give in to fighting?
As far as I know, this is the first brawl they've had in a good bunch of years.
I cannot imagine why they would resort to such violence.
Well, half the people in this town are as fine and law-abiding, upstanding and God-fearing as you'd ever want to meet. The other half, well, it's going to take a while to bring him around.
And which half do you belong to, Mr. Buchanan?
Oh, the first half. You'll pardon my pride in saying so.
Oh, my parasol.
Well, I'll be... you know, I think it's just dandy that you found it.
The savages have broken it.
I'll buy you another one. I noticed some parasols at the general store. They're imported, too, I think.
No. This is irreplaceable. It was given to me by someone very special.
Oh, no, Miss Fletcher, I'm fresh out of hankies. I used up my last one when I first met you. And you know, for a lovely lady, you spend an awful lot of time shedding tears.
I was not looking for your sympathy, Mr. Buchanan. If you will excuse me, I shall return to the peace and quiet of my hotel room.
Well, now, why do you have to get so uppity with me?
I appreciate your aid. I really must go.
Oh, no, wait a minute, Miss Fletcher. Ginny, to your friends. Look, I wasn't impugning your ladylikeness. Matter of fact, I was hoping you'd have dinner with me tomorrow.
I hardly know you.
But we could get to know each other over a couple nice, big, juicy steaks. And since you're from San Francisco, if you prefer fish, I'll just run down to the river and hook a couple rainbow trout. What do you say?
Mr. Buchanan, you are the most bold and forward man I have ever met.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Is it a date?
No, we most certainly do not have a date. I have never shared a meal with a man like you. Nor do I ever intend to, even if it is rainbow trout.
The Peanut.
You know, you haven't thrown any fits when I have ridden Okie around here. Now, if Okie was going to stumble and fall, he could do it just as well around here as he could out on the desert.
You have used this argument over and over again, and it's ridiculous. I can fall anywhere, anytime, anyhow, so can Okie. You just won't admit that riding 100 miles over dangerous and difficult terrain is different.
Yes, it's different. It's a hell of a lot more exciting.
Is that it? Some lack of excitement? I mean, finally, we have a normal life? Oh. We have no crises, so you want to create one?
You're going to turn everything around that I say, aren't you?
Honey, your position is totally indefensible, so I can turn everything around.
I love you.
Okay. If you love me, then you won't do this to me. You will not put me through the pain and the turmoil and the anger just because you are out to prove something, out to die.
How you doing?
Oh, I just thought about an argument we had. All the promises I made to myself when he was in surgery. I said I would never be angry with him again. I would never argue with him anymore.
Vicky, you're only being human. You know, you're bound to have differences of opinion with the man that you spend your life with. Especially somebody as hot-tempered and stubborn as Clint.
I want all those moments back. I want to tell him that I love him. I want to tell him I miss him, and I will never get the chance.
Yes, you will. You will. Believe me. And that's a promise, not just to you, that's a promise to me, too. You know, when Dee Dee walked out on me, the one thing that gave me comfort was knowing that I had a family to come home to. Clint's a big part of that. And I'm gonna find him. And I don't care what it takes.
McGillis!
What's this late visit all about, Teal?
You got 1 minute. Get your son and daughter and get out of there. We're gonna burn down your farmhouse.
Thank God you're here, Clint. Deal and all the ranchers, they just rode up outside.
Yes, I know. I saw it. That's why I came in the back way.
Hey, you and Pa told me the guns wouldn't cause trouble, but they was only for hunting.
That's true, buddy. But to almost every rule in life, there's an exception to it. Even to the one about guns. Especially when you're dealing with people like Deal who won't listen to logic and reason.
God, Clint, what are you gonna do? I saw how many of them are out there. You and Papa don't have a chance.
You and Buddy just stay away from the doors and the windows. You hear me? And stay inside. No matter what happens, you stay inside.
Introducing Lee Scott.
Where's Clint's brother been all this time?
He's been in Europe with his wife, Dee Dee, although Vicky told me they split up.
Well, why didn't he come to Lambview after Clint had been shot?
Well, I don't know. I guess he had to work out, problems he was having with his wife. Why are you asking so many questions about Bo?
Because I think I should get to know everything I can about your family. And besides, I thought it might take your mind off Milagro.
Oh, Max. I'm afraid something must have happened to Cord. I mean, what if it's really something terrible?
Tina, why do you always go jumping to the worst conclusions?
Well, he said he was going to call as soon as he got there, right? He knows how worried I am.
Okay, fine. So that investigator, Alfredo, you hired, and met him, he had a hot lead, and they decided to follow it up.
Hello? Yes, this is Tina Lord Roberts. Venice? Yes, of course. Hold on. This must be Cord. Maybe he's found Milagro.
Acting like you're obsessed. Why the hell shouldn't I be? My son's in the desert, lost, freezing cold, no food, no water. And we're sitting around here, doing nothing to help him?
I told you. I think I got an idea where Clint was thrown.
Well, let's saddle up the horses, comb the area with Okie spook, even if it takes all night.
It'd take all night to cover a quarter-mile out there. It's pitch black.
The hired choppers, they got big searchlights. I am. You're right. I'm acting obsessed. Couldn't take off till daybreak. I just can't stand there waiting.
I don't like it either, Pa, but we got no choice.
I would give anything to get my hands on that low-down snake. Put drugged Okie's feed.
Clint said to stay away from the window. Come on.
I don't want Papa to die, May. Clint will keep him from killing him, won't he?
Well, I hope so. I mean, there's so many of them, though, buddy. I just don't know if they're going to be able to stand up to him.
They've got torches, May. They've come to burn us down.
I know you're scared, but the only thing that we can do is think of something to help Papa and Clint. Now think.
How? We don't have any guns.
Well, we're just going to have to think of something, buddy. We are not going to sit here and let them murder us. You hear me?
You got 1 minute. Get your son and daughter and get out of there. We're gonna burn down your farmhouse.
You right on out of here, Deal. You ain't burning down my house.
That mean you're willing to sell out to Buck?
It don't mean no such thing. It means I'll stand here and fight to the death.
That's supposed to scare us. Maybe it's supposed to make us change our mind.
Well, it better worry Deal, since he's who I'm going to kill on my way down.
You can try. Of course, I can draw and shoot before you even get that damn thing aimed.
Oh, please. Don't you kill my Papa. just get on out of here now?
We're burning you out, May. I gave him a chance to run away with you and your brother.
He won't take it.
Or he can sell. Either way you look at it, that's 2 chances to live. And he's choosing to die.
Papa, listen to him. He means what he's saying.
May, be quiet.
Papa, you tell him that we're going to sell out the buck. You tell him that.
What?
No, Papa. But it isn't going to do any good, you leaving us orphans.
Well, neither is being a coward, May.
Time's up. What'll it be, Monroe?
Hold it! You make a move for your gun, Dale, you're a dead man.
I said hold it. I got Laredo, Clint.
Now, you take a message to Buck. You tell him the homesteaders have decided to arm themselves and fight back. And if he wants a war, it's going to take more than 5 saddle tramps like you to win it. On the other hand, if you back off this thing and drop his demands, maybe everyone can live in peace.
That's the last message you'll ever send anybody, lizard. I'm personally gonna make sure of that.
How much medication was in Oakie's bloodstream?
According to that, enough to make him jittery, off his feet, and easily spooked.
There's no way that that was an accident?
About like the sun rising in the west.
So what did the sheriff say?
Sheriff got a list of everybody who had a prescription for the medication, sending a guy out to the house to question the hands, and I've done some questioning. Of course, nobody knows from nothing.
Yeah, but maybe we can get a name off the prescription list.
That's what everybody says, right? Wait and see. Damn it, I want Clint found.
Oh, listen, don't get riled up. You're gonna have a coronary.
You worry about your brother, not about me.
Look, Pa, why don't you just go in, bed down, okay? Get some sleep. We'll get up early in the morning, first thing, saddle up, and get out there looking.
Oh, Bo, one thing I want to tell you. When I almost forgot that Clint was blind, except that I knew that Okie and I were his eyes. But now he is really blind, because he doesn't have Okie or me.
Pa, we are gonna find him, okay? You gotta believe that.
I'm trying.
I'll see you in the morning, okay?
Good night.
You know what? You're the only one that knows where Clint is. I just wish I could read your mind.
Mrs. Robert, this is Alfredo Bari, the private investigator your husband hired.
Oh, believe me, I know who you are, Senor Bari. Listen, have you seen Lita and the baby?
I have discovered a cafe she frequents almost every day.
Well, then you've seen her, and the baby, is he all right?
I have not seen the baby yet, but the woman, yes. Actually, I'm waiting for her here right now, hoping that she will come to dinner with a modeling friend of hers.
Well, do you know where she lives or anything, or why she doesn't have the baby with her? Look, I hope you're not just gonna, I know you're gonna do more than just watch her, right?
These situations require to be handled very carefully, Mrs. Roberts. I do not want to frighten her away.
Oh, no, you don't want to do that, and I know you'll do your very best. Listen, could I talk to Cord?
I was going to speak to him.
Isn't he there with you?
No. He said he would contact me as soon as he arrived, but I haven't heard anything.
Well, he should have gotten in touch with you by now. Senor Barry.
Excuse me, I have to hang up now. She just entered the cafe.
Alfredo just had to hang up because Lita just walked into the cafe. That means she is there, Max. She is right there with my child.
Where the hell is Cord?
I don't know. It's so strange. He didn't even get in touch with Senor Barry. Maybe there was some kind of trouble at the train station. Maybe we should call the Venice police and have them look for Cord.
Maybe we should wait a couple hours.
What if he's in trouble?
What if his flight was just delayed? He's going to get off, go into customs, have a whole platoon of police waiting for him. Wouldn't that be a little embarrassing?
That's true. Look, maybe I should just go to Venice. Will you come with me?
No. And you are not going either. Look, this private eye you hired is doing a great job. Let him and Cord deal with it. They're the ones over there. They know when to confront Lita, when to take the baby away.
You're right. You're absolutely right, Max. It's just that I can't stop thinking about holding my baby in my arms again and how wonderful it's going to be to have him with me the rest of my life.
At least until he goes to college.
Well, he's not going away to college. He's going to go to Landview University so I can pick him up after every single class.
Oh, not if I have any say in this.
Which you will, whether I like it.
That's right, I will. So let's stop talking about sending him to college and talk about you getting some shut-eye. You've had hardly any sleep these last few days.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
I'll get some sleep
Yes.
right now. You really think everything's going to be okay?
Oh, I think so. D-Day's just around the corner. You just dream sweet dreams about holding that baby in your arms again.
Max, what would I do without you?
Oh, that's something you are never going to have to worry about. Get out of here.
Careful, Lita. We have a show tomorrow. I don't think I'll be there. What's wrong? I feel so damn guilty about leaving the child in the care of others. It's not right. Well, that's a very old-fashioned attitude, but if you feel so strongly about it, why not try photographic modeling? It'll give you more time with the baby. Lita, do you see this man? He's staring at us. Lita, Italian men spend all day watching beautiful women. Haven't you learned that by now? Yes, and I hate the feeling of being always watched. He looks rather prosperous. Oh, let's go say hello. No. Okay, okay. Relax. Ignore him, huh? Let's see. Let me think. Who can we call that can help you? Francesca, thank you. Put away your book. I'll never be happy here in Venice. I'm going back to Argentina as soon as possible.
Just checking on the horses, making sure they're settled for the evening. Well, everything looks okay.
George, why'd you hire on here?
I needed the money.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of other ranches all through this area.
Yeah, well, this was the only spread looking for hands.
It's gonna be tough working for the Buchanans, though.
They treat me fair.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they do. But, you know, even though I wasn't in Landview when your sister went through all those problems which led up to her death, I mean, I know about them. Talking about her love for Clint.
So
that's got to be real painful for you, George. You know, seeing Clint every day. This is the man that caused your sister possibly all these problems.
What happened between Marie and Clint was their business, not mine. I don't even know the whole story, so it's not right for me to judge anybody.
What about Asa, though? You remember he bought off your mama, run her out of town when he found out that Maria was pregnant with Clint's baby.
That happened 20-odd years ago, and she married Al Roberts, a good man.
Yeah, but she was always in love with Clint, you know, and when Al died...
My sister's dead. Can't you just leave her memory be?
Yeah. I'm wondering if you can.
The past is over. Ain't nothing gonna ever bring it back or change it. It's no use in trying. Anything you want me to do before I turn in?
No, you just make sure these horses are ready tomorrow, daybreak.
Yes, sir.
Clint, you sure sent them packing. I have never seen a group of ranchers just turn tail so fast before in my life.
Well, thanks to a lot of help from your pa and your sis.
Well, May, you sure had me going there for a minute. I was convinced you were going to sell us right into the next county.
Bob, I was just stalling for time while Clint was getting out there to do whatever he was going to do. We might be moving to another county, though, soon enough, as soon as Buck gets Clint's message.
Well, I'm counting on Buck being a reasonable man and wanting peace as much as the farmers do.
I don't count on Buck being reasonable about anything, Clint, especially giving in to us. He's so wrapped up in his own power, he'll be breathing fire when he gets your message. We best be prepared to back up our words.
Well, Monroe, from what I could tell, most of those farmers don't want to fight.
Well, like it or not, they're liable to get one. And I can't believe they won't stand together with us if it comes to that.
Why don't I take out a map of the territory while you and Clint think of a battle defense system? Like General Grant did before all his fights.
I'm not a soldier, buddy. No much of a fighter.
Well, Clint was a soldier.
You were in the Army?
Yeah, he fought in the Korean.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was in the Army for a while.
Well, you sure proved tonight that you're a man who can keep his head in a fight. Clint, we'd be much obliged to you if you'd agree to be our leader, if need be.
Well, if need be, I'll do what I can to help out. I'm just hoping I can talk some sense into Buck and settle this range war before it really gets started.
Well, that's what we'll all be praying for.
Hey, May, you know who wasn't with Deal and the others? Cody. Now, that's good, ain't it? He wasn't with them when they came to burn us down.
Yeah, that's real good, buddy. I imagine he was just tied up in town, you know, at the saloon, dancing the night away with Luann. Excuse me.
Looks like a hung.
Hold still. There. I'll give you a lollipop.
Tell you what made me feel a lot better is another crack at that George Vasquez.
Vicky, have you seen what in the Sam Hill happened to you?
Oh, he's all right, Asa. He's just got a bad cut inside his lip and a lump on his head.
Yeah, but you ought to see the other guy, Paul.
What other guy?
A man who drugged Clint's horse.
Not so easy to shake off what he said, is it, Buck?
Eavesdropping, were you?
Well, it's my saloon. If you choose to conduct your business here, I think I have every right to listen.
Don't go give me a hard time. It's bad enough listening to strangers hogwash.
Well, you did say some pretty strange things, I'll grant you that. All that future talk kind of lost me there, you know?
You and me both.
Yeah, but you know, there's just something in the way he said it. He kind of makes nonsense into real sense.
There's no way a rancher and a sodbuster can ever live together.
Well, maybe, maybe not. But I do know that someday soon you're just going to have to face the fact that the farmers are here to stay.
There you are, leaning up against the bar, all proud and pleased with yourself. But let's see how happy you are when I get done with you.
What the hell has gotten into you?
The truth, Buck. I found out what kind of a man you really are. The mangiest, slowest form of rattlesnake ever to crawl out of the desert.
Let me guess. You boys are planning a barn dance.
Real funny. Don't let him get to you, Laredo. We're just taking care of a little problem for Buck, so he can get back to running the town the way it ought to be run.
He doesn't know what you're doing?
Shut up.
Hey, Dutch! Tell Lefty and Hank to watch the road. Tell him others not to let anybody in here until we're finished.
Better say your prayers, mister. exactly right, eh, Laredo? What you might call a proper sodbuster's death. I love it.
Let me pass. Let me pass, I said. What is going on here, Deal? What do you think you're doing?
Now, you hold it right there, mister. And for you, Sheriff, if you feel squeamish, you can just forget all about this. You can just turn around and keep on walking.
Damn it, Deal. I can't let you string this man up without a trial, without a reason. Does Buck know about this?
No, he doesn't. I told you to shut up. Now, you listen to me, and you listen good, Cabot. You work for Buck, so you take orders from me.
Over my dead body.
Any way you want it. What do you say, Laredo? That noose can handle two men as well as one, can't it?
Good, strong hemp. I don't see why not.
Dale, you gonna kill a man of the law?
Is that what you are, Cabot? A man of the law?
All right, Deal, I work for Buck the same as you, but Buck don't go in for lynching, and neither do I.
You get your money every month. You like it, huh? You like your wife and kids having food on the table? You like a living? It's your move, Cabot.
This ain't right. No amount of money can make this right. Mister, I'm sorry.
Always good seeing you, Sheriff. Give my regards to your wife and kid. Watch it, Laredo.
You've gone plumb loco.
No, Buck. I just found out what kind of man you are. May's been trying to tell me all along, but I was just too stubborn to listen to her.
Well, what is it, Cody? What's happened?
Why don't you ask him? Go ahead, Buck. Tell her. Tell her how you sent Deal and Laredo out to the McGillis farm with a couple of torches to burn them out.
Burn him out? I did no such thing.
I tell you didn't. Just like you tried to keep me in the dark because you knew I wouldn't stand for it.
Buck, is this true?
If Deal and my boys rode out to McGillis's farm, I know what they were up to. They tried to scare the sodbusters. They got other things to do besides torch a barn.
Lord, it is so easy for you to put the blinders on now, isn't it, Buck? Especially when it suits your purpose. What the hell do you think they were going to do with a couple of torches, huh? They're just asking them to start a bonfire.
He's right, Buck. You know what they're like, what they're capable of doing.
They didn't do a damn thing, did they?
No, that's because the stranger showed up. Got the drop on them and sent them packing.
Thank the good Lord for that.
Him again, the stranger. My boy's going out to have a little harmless fun, and he makes a war out of it.
Fun? May lives in that house. So does her little brother, Buddy, huh? What would have happened if they were asleep in there and Deal and Laredo show up with a couple of torches, burn them up alive, huh? Would that have been harmless fun?
Buck, how could you? If Cody doesn't shoot you, I swear I will.
It's too good for him, Blazy.
That's the thanks I get. Everything I did for both of you, and especially you, Cody.
Oh, yeah, I know what you did for me. And I've never once denied it, Buck. But the price is too high if it comes to burning out families in the middle of the night.
Man,
You encouraging him, are you?
when he went to work for you, he was a boy. And right now, at this very moment, Cody's a man.
How could you let that McGillis gal blind you like this?
It's my loyalty to you that's been blinding me all this time. May's been right. I just wouldn't listen to her.
May and that stranger. They're giving you a sentimental streak. You know what's going to happen to you, son? You are going to end up a gutless coward.
Oh, you want to see how gutless I am? Well, you're just about to find out, old man.
Cody, don't!
You stay out of it, gal. You've caused enough trouble.
May he's right. Just stand back. He's been asking for this for a long time. Now he's going to get it.
Don't you fight, Cody. Let it be, honey. Sometimes a man's got to fight for something.
Honey, I know how you feel about Buck's tactics. You've been right all along. I just realized it right now.
You see what you've done, gal? This here was my best hired hand. Hell, he was like a son to me. Now you've turned him into mush.
Well, it seems to me that he's stronger than he's ever been, Mr. Buchanan, but I do not expect you to understand that.
There's another thing that he doesn't understand. And that is that this is a respectable saloon, not a prize fight ring. Now, come on, Buck, with
You
me.
think I'm letting him get away with what he's been saying?
Who's always saying he's a lover and not a fighter? Well, now's your chance to prove it. Come with me and leave these two to talk.
It's not over. You have not seen the last of me.
What about you? Have you seen the last of Buck?
I just didn't trust the guy, so we were out there in the stable. I shook an old horse blanket at him, and his asthma attack had kicked in, and naturally he went to coughing. The first thing he did, he went straight for those pills.
Same kind of a pill that Steve found in Oakie's stall?
I don't know that, but I did accuse him of drugging Clint's horse. Now, right away, he denied it. But I had to give him a little persuasion, so.
That's my son. What kind of persuasion?
The two-fisted kind. So he eventually did confess.
Good, good. It doesn't bring Clint back, but that's one form of justice. Where is this slimy skunk now?
Gone.
What?
He's gone. When I knocked him out, he wasn't out cold. So when I went for the phone, I had my back to him. He cracked me in the head with a 2x4.
Unfortunately, by the time Bo came to, George Vasquez was long gone.
How could a son of mine fall for an old trick like that? That is not like you, Bo.
Oh, well, excuse me. I guess I'm just a little bit out of practice.
Hey, hold on. We're not going to fight over it, okay? At least we know who was trying to hurt Clint and why.
Yeah, we also know he's gone.
No, he's not gone. He's not going to get that far away. The police will find him. I called them. They're going to search the whole part of the country for him.
No, that's not the way the Buchanans do. Your brother was attacked. We form our own posse. We bring Vasquez back to face justice with or without the police.
Asa, you have worn yourself out trying to find Clint.
Now, look, what I figure we ought to do right now.
I know what I'm going to do. You can join me or stay here and twiddle your thumbs.
Asa!
Now, come on back here now, Pa. Come here.
Oh, come on, Laredo. Can't you handle one lousy side buster? He's strong as a bull. Shoot him. Oh, damn it, Blader. I thought you were as good as anybody.
He's almost got the gun, Jim. Get him.
Almost.
But not quite. Just don't want to cooperate, do you, mister?
Tie his hands.
This time, be careful. Too bad it had to end this way, huh, Lizard? We gave you every chance to get out of town.
You're a loser, Dale. You and Buck, every rancher that's going along with your way of doing things. You're a dying breed.
Honey, I feel more alive than I've ever felt in my life.
Then you're a damn fool, too. You're a damn fool because the Sodbusters are going to win this one. And you're just going to be so much dust in the street.
You know, it's a lot of bull, a lot of bluff and blather. Now, get up on that thing. Get it over here. Now, for the last time, get up there.
You better make peace with your maker.
Girl, you gotta believe me. I didn't know what Deal and Laredo were up to last night when they were going out to your place. I didn't know they were gonna try to burn you out like that.
Yeah, well, they tried, but Clint and us, we stopped them.
Yeah, I know. And I'm real grateful for that. When I found out what they were up to, I felt like it was all my fault.
You didn't have anything to do with that, Cody.
Sure I did. I kept riding with Buck. I knew how ruthless he could be. I knew about Deal and Laredo and the kind of things that they were capable of doing. It's like I was holding one of those torches myself.
Well, okay. I mean, I think you should have stopped riding with Buck a long time ago, but I think that's just something that you had to find out on your own, and I couldn't have anything to do with it.
Honey, you had everything to do with it. Don't you understand? When I thought about what could have happened, Lord, I just thought it was all my fault. I was worried to death about you.
You were? Well, that's not so bad.
Here you are being all coy about it. I thought you'd take a switch to my behind and send me packing for good.
Well, I still might. I'm just waiting to hear what else you have to say. Go on.
So I guess I got this choice to make. Whether I want to spend the rest of my life following Buck around or we'll settle down and,
Mm-hmm. Yes?
Girl, you know, I don't know how to put words together. Sometimes I say too much, sometimes I say too little, I say it too late, or I say it too soon. Point is, I can't ride with Buck no more. What was that for?
That is for saying the right thing at the right time. But you doing what you did up there with Buck, boy, that said more than any word could ever say to me, Cody.
You know, I may have lost the job, but it looks like I won you.
Well, who says I'm one?
Well, I thought... Well, I mean, I thought once
don't get me wrong now, Cody. I am real proud about what you did up there standing up to Buck like that. That's real good. But see, there are a couple of other things, like I don't plan on sharing you with Luann or with any other saloon girl or just about any other girl. You know what I'm saying to you?
Well, Mae McGillis, if I didn't know better, I would swear that you were jealous.
Jealous? Of that Flucy? As if she had something that not any other girl in the world had.
You know, I have ridden from one end of this territory to the next. And in all my travels, I have not, in all my born days, come across one woman that could even compare to you.
Oh, come on, not even in Tucson.
No, not even in Tucson. You know, old Luann don't mean nothing to me. She's just this pretty as a picture type girl.
Pretty as a picture?
Yeah.
You know, I think maybe I'll just start painting my face all up and I'll just be pretty as a...
Thank God you're here. It's that stranger, man. That one who's been working with your pa.
Well, Clint?
He's in big trouble, man.
What about
He's in
him?
real big trouble.
Oh, wait, just slow down a minute, Sheriff.
Slow down. If I
What's
slow
going
down,
on?
he's as good as dead. You gotta come with me right now.
Okay, I'm coming.
Right now. I'll tell you later. Come on.
Okay, go on. Go.
Alfredo. Hi.
Cord. You seem like you recovered from your jet lag. Did you sleep well?
No, I didn't, actually. All night, I kept tossing and turning. I was wondering about how we could have lost Lita like that. I don't believe it.
We will find her again. It is my feeling that she's still in Venice and that she will come here for afternoon tea or dinner. Would you like to order?
I don't know how I can just sit calmly by and sip an espresso knowing that she's out there someplace. Are you sure that she's going to come back here?
You Americans, you can't sit still for long, can you? Very well. See that young, pretty lady over there?
Sure, how could I help but notice her?
Her name is Francesca Bendetti. She's one of Italy's top models. She's also become Lita Caballero's good friend.
I am way ahead of you. Thanks. Hi, excuse me. Aren't you Francesca Bendetti?
I don't give autographs, even to handsome strangers.
Oh, well, thank you very much, ma'am. But I'm not asking for an autograph. Actually, I've just come by to ask you about a mutual friend. Her name is Lita Caballero.
Signora Caballero.
Hello, Mother. Thank you for seeing me.
Ah, you speak English. Good. My Spanish is not so good.
Neither is my Italian, Mother.
Then English will be our common ground, eh? Sit.
I hope we can reach a common understanding about something else, Mother.
Well, we are a modest convent, my daughter. How can we help a glamorous fashion model?
I went to a confession, and the priest urged me to come to you. I've made an important decision about Milagro's future.
Milagro? It means a miracle, yes?
Yes, and he's been a miracle to me. But I have to do what's right for him. Well, I have to leave him with someone else for a time.
Leave him? Signora Caballero, I don't understand.
It's Signorina.
We have no facilities here to care for children. Perhaps a friend can help you.
I have no friends. There is no one in this whole country I can trust. You must understand, my baby and I are in terrible danger.
Danger? But surely you exaggerate.
Milagro needs a safe haven until I can come back for him. Please, Mother, you must help us.
What kind of man whistled the Old Spice tune?
You see, I've recently found out that there is another person here in Venice looking for Lita. I need to find her and warn her.
How do I know that I should trust you?
How should you trust me? Well, I've got an honest face, right? Look, I'm very concerned about Lita because if something happens, she could lose Milagro. Now, as a friend of hers, I'm sure you wouldn't want that to happen, right?
You do have an honest face, yes, but that's not enough. I'm having lunch with Lita tomorrow. I will warn her for you.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't think tomorrow is going to be soon enough. You really wouldn't want it on your conscience, knowing that something happened to her because you didn't tell me right away. Please, for Lita's sake, let me know where she is.
All right. I'll give you her address. Also, I give you the address where she is modeling part-time. She can be found at either location.
Thank you very much. You have done Lita and her baby a great service.
I hope so, senor. I hope so.
Any luck?
Actually, we just hit pay dirt. I've got the number of the place she is at right now working. I'd like to go back to her hotel room and check that out.
Very well, my friend. Off we go.
I know I've sinned, Mother, but it was a sin of the heart. Milagro belongs with his real mother. I realize that now.
Then we can help you to return here.
It's not that simple. Rollo has escaped. And if he finds us before I can contact Tina at court, he might do something. I don't know.
My child, but you are trembling.
It's not for me. It's for Milagro. I only wish to give him a safe and happy life. But I don't know if I can. Mother, please. I need your help. I need your help, if not for me, for Milagro.
Sister Lucia, a moment, please. Pensi che possiamo fare?
Sì, un posticino lo possiamo
Sì, ma dobbiamo nascondere.
Così carino.
We will accept it, the child.
Bless you, Mother.
And you rest assured, Milagro may stay with us until it is safe for him to leave. Yes. We must go now to make arrangements. Feel free, please, to wait here. It won't be long, eh? Vieni, vieni.
Thank you. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do, my angel. But it's because I love you, I'm giving you back to Tina. In this place, you will be safe from Rollo, and I will have to do what I must to protect myself. Tina isn't cruel. I'm sure she and Court, they will find a way for a bargain, amnesty for me in return for their child. And then you will find yourself in your real mother's arms. And I will have to find a new life without you. Adios, Milagro. Adios.
God is kind, my child. We have a place, a safer place for him.
You sure? The place is safe.
We will guard him with our lives. No one will ever know that he is here until the day you come back to bring him to his parents.
I don't know how I can thank you.
You thank God. Come. Come, my child. Come.
He is always with you, Signorina. A rosary. It's been too long. I've had but perhaps it will fill my hands now that they are empty. God bless you, Milagro.
I checked the stables. All the horses are still there, so.
I just got off the phone there with the guard at the gate. He said he saw Asa leaving in a Jeep. Oh. Darn, I should have stopped him. You know what? It's cracking my head.
Well, there was no way you could have stopped Asa. Even if you didn't have a crack on your head, you ought to know that by now. We'll just have to wait for him to get back. I'm getting good at that, waiting.
Vicky, I'm sorry. Here I am feeling sorry for myself, and you got a husband out there now, a father-in-law to worry about.
Oh, it's not the worrying. It's all the things I should have done differently that's got me upset.
Oh, come on now. You're still not kicking yourself about moving here to the ranch, are you?
If that was a mistake, I sure compounded it by hiring George Vasquez.
Sarah told me he's a pretty good worker.
He is still